Yo, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Social Sunshine Podcast, episode 194. I am your hostess, Britney Crosson. Welcome back to another episode. This is another How to Be an Excellent Social Media Manager episode. I'm excited about this because, as you may know, I have been a social media manager myself for many years, and I'm excited to share this wisdom and this knowledge with you. So if you are a social media manager, if you want to be a social media manager and you're working on it, or if within the company that you work for, one of the hats you wear is social media manager, which is quite common actually, this episode is for you. Okay. Also, there are two others I have done before this. Make sure and go back. Let me see. Episode 187, How to Be an Excellent Social Media Manager Mindset. And don't sleep on that one. Don't skip it because it says mindset and it sounds boring because it's fucking important. Okay. So episode 187. And then also episode 189, How to Be an Excellent Social Media Manager Shooting and Creating Content. So those two are already done. Today is episode 194. We're talking about how to be an excellent social media manager, how to help your client understand the value of social media, the overall value of it, and all of the incredible things that can come of a business having a consistent presence on social media. You have to understand the value of it yourself in order to be able to then translate that to your clients and help them understand the value, because a lot of people want to go viral and don't understand really why they want to go viral. It's just like a thing. You're supposed to want to go viral, right? A lot of people want social media to magically increase their revenue exponentially, and they don't really know how that works. And I think that people kind of assume certain things about social media, and you as a social media manager, you have to learn the overall value, all of the things, not just, oh, it can help you make some money because you're going to go sell your green widgets. It's not just that. And if you've been doing this for a little while and you're familiar, you probably know that it's not just that. But I'm going to give you some specific things to keep in mind of the value of social media, the value it brings to a business, so that then you can make sure and communicate that to your client and make it very, very clear. It's good to manage expectations. Social media management clients, you've got to do that. You've got to make it very clear that you're not performing miracles. It's not going to save a drowning business, not on its own, right? And it also is not just about humongous numbers. Granted, humongous numbers are super fun, and I say we celebrate them when they happen, but we have to understand all of the things. Okay, so I'm going to give you an actual list of things that social media can help a small business with, even the business owner themselves. And that way you have these go-tos to help and make sure and educate your client. Because the more educated your client is, now granted, there are some things that clients probably don't need to know, right? Right. We all know that, but they need to know these things. Okay. All right. So first thing on the list is the value of social media, right? For a business is authority. It's going to position this business and possibly the business owner, depending upon if they're in the content a whole lot, which hopefully they are, as an authority, meaning like they know the shit, right? Like they know what's going on. This is the person that's kind of like in charge in their industry. And because think about it, when you see somebody's face representing their business over and over and over on social media, it gives them this position of authority, does it not? You can't help it. It's kind of like meeting a television star. Like you just have this, they're automatically set up on this like pedestals type of thing because you've seen their face over and over and over again. And that's the same thing with social media. So they're really going to build up their authority in their space. All right. Second after that is leadership. They're really, really going to be able to turn into leaders in their industry, in their space, whatever they do, the business itself and or the business owner. And that is really powerful. If you are a leader in what you do, I mean, come on, who doesn't want to be a leader in what they do? And that also, between the authority thing and the leadership thing, you're starting to build up that trust too, right? And people like to buy from people and places that they trust. All right. So that then leads me into credibility, which links with the trust and all these things. The business is credible in a way, right? Because they're showing up on social media and it's like, oh, they're legit. And it's like, oh, they just shared a project that their team just worked on, or oh, they just showed us a thing that they made for their customers, and you start to get this credibility in the process of showing up on social media. So between authority, leadership, and credibility, those three things help build up trust so freaking much when it comes to a business and a brand. It's really one of the most powerful things that a business or a brand could have is authority, leadership, and credibility, right? And when you have those things and you have people trusting you because they're seeing your business, they're seeing your face as a business owner, and then of course the team that works for them on social media, showing up, literally showing up in photos and videos, that the trust just skyrockets, right? Don't you trust somebody that you've seen before more than someone that's a total fucking stranger? It's just human nature. And so we have to remind our clients those first three things are so important, and it's not easy sometimes, okay, to get a client to fully grasp these concepts. So you're going to have to customize it probably to your client, the kind of person they are, the kind of business it is, their communication style, and all that stuff, and you're going to figure that out. And over the length of your relationship, you just hone in and clarify this message more and more and more so that they understand the value of all that. Because think about it. If they're just like, oh, well, I want to get a bunch of sales because I'm showing up on social media with all these fun videos. Well, if you are an authority and a leader and you have credibility, then it's going to lead to more sales. It's just that it's a process. Everything is not just, snap your finger overnight, right? Okay. So those are the first three. I've got a few more. Next is connection. You have to remember and you have to remind your client that social media is about connection, human to human connection. And it's about, yes, connection with new people that might buy your thing. And that's cool. We're always looking for new, more, add more followers, right? But it's also really, 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 really about connection to your existing customers, your existing clients. Think about it. Think about how in some businesses you don't even see your clients that many times. Maybe you see them once a year. I don't know. It depends on the service. I mean, even like the hair salon that I work with right now with Fun Love Media, like even they only see their clients a few times a year. So it's still, so depending on the business, you're probably not going to see your client or have like that touch point, that communication point, all the time, right? But social media allows you to do that. So then your existing people, it's going to be like, hey, make sure and follow us on Instagram, make sure and, follow us on Facebook, whatever it is. And then they're going to stay in touch with you. And when they stay in touch with you in that way, then you remain top of mind. When you are top of mind, they are more likely to come back and work with you again. They haven't forgotten about you because you kept showing up on social media like you fucking said you would, and they're following they're following along for the ride. But also, even if you have the kind of business where somebody only needs your services like once every few years, by having those people stay connected with the business on social media, then they're also more likely to refer you to someone else. So even if those transactions with clients for the business are spread out, then they can still refer someone. You see what I'm saying? So that connection thing, and that also goes back to trust, connection and trust, right? So trust is a huge part of social media, to be quite honest. So make sure and communicate that to your social media management clients as well. Also, keeping in touch as far as, well, I mean, it goes with connection, of course, but like keeping in touch for actually like transactional reasons too. So like if you do have a sale coming up, and you mention it on social media, then it's like, cool. Like they kept in touch with you and they are more aware of what's going on in your business and know when they want to stop back by, buy something, whatever. Okay. So far we have authority, leadership, credibility, connection, keeping in touch. And then I have just two more. The next one is brand awareness. This is a huge one, and it's sometimes a difficult concept to understand, and it's sometimes a difficult concept for me to explain, to tell you the truth. And I'm gonna do my best right now. So make sure and communicate with your social media management clients that brand awareness is incredibly impactful, and it's also important for the long game of the business and the big picture of the business. Brand awareness on social media, means that these people are learning about the way you work, who you are, what your values are as a company. They're learning about what you do and why you do what you do, and also what kind of the feeling that they're going to get when they work with you. And when you have brand awareness, it really really helps set a business up for success, because then your potential clients and customers, they kind of like already have this knowing of how things are. And because you've been so open, your clients have been so open with their social media and honest and genuine, right? They have this idea of what it would be like to work with them. And so then it's like they have this like kind of cool little expectation and this like little bit of excitement, like, oh yeah, I've been learning how they treat their customers, and that makes me excited, and I want to work with them. And also just having general awareness of who the fuck you are, so that people can find you that want to work with you, right? So that's another huge one to make sure and communicate to your social media management clients, is brand awareness. And then the final one is opportunity. And this can go for the business itself, it can go for the business owner. You have to remember that you need to remind them that social media is going to help them open up to opportunities of all sorts. Now, opportunities for people to buy their shit so they can make more money, of course, but also other kinds of cool opportunities. I mean, me personally, I've tons of opportunities. I mean, I've auditioned for a couple of TV shows that I did not get, by the way. But I'm just saying, I still got the opportunity in the past like year and a half or something like that. I have been on my local television station a couple of times, and the whole reason why I got that opportunity is because I show up on social media, and that's how they found me. I've gotten opportunities to collaborate with people and do these cool like projects or podcasts or special appearances or speaking gigs, and it's all because I'm showing up on social media. All right, so it's kind of like PR in a way, right? Like like you're kind of like helping with all the things like somebody's reputation and their brand and all that stuff, but you have to remember the opportunity part of it, because that part can be just astronomical, just absolutely incredible. And what that part does is that it enhances the quality of the experience as a business and as a business owner, and it enhances your life as an individual if, say, there's opportunity that comes to the business owner because they showed up on social media. You see what I'm saying? So it's difficult. It's difficult to communicate these values to business owners with social media when, one, people maybe need to have a little bit more patience, and they want like super high numbers really fast, and they want major sales immediately from every single post that you do. But also not really fully probably understanding social media in a deep way. And that's not abnormal these days, because it's still new in the big picture. Think about it. I mean, yeah, I've been on social media for 20 fucking years, like literally 20 years ago. I got on MySpace, right? But it's still new when it comes to being like a more common practice for marketing a business and really turning it into like part of that machine of a business, and trying to help the business flow and make money and reach people and make an impact and all that stuff. Like, it's in the big picture of it, like what it's been like more common for what, like 7 years, 8 years, 9 years. I mean, it just hasn't been that long yet. So people still aren't fully educated on what it all means and what the value of it is, and what the potentials are and what can happen. And when they get things like all these things, authority, leadership, credibility, connection, keeping in touch, brand awareness, and opportunity, guess what? all that leads to helping the business grow and increasing revenue. Bottom line, all of it does. It's just that it's a process and it's not a direct transaction. It's not, oh, that you post on social media for them and they immediately get a sale right after that. It's not transactional. Okay. So I hope that this helps you as a social media manager understand the value of it, better yourself, and then now be able to communicate that to your clients. Because I'm telling you, I've worked with people that I didn't communicate these things to well enough, whether it be I was rushing into it and just wanting to get the sale, or it was a miscommunication and I thought maybe they understood and they really didn't. There's been a variety of circumstances like that. And I just want to help you not have to go through that same thing that I have been through. And look, when you communicate this to people and you help them understand before you start working with them as a social media manager, that they may not always hit huge numbers. It might mean they choose not to hire you. Okay, so you have to know that and accept that to be a possibility. Because if someone doesn't understand the value of it in general, they may not know as well as you do, and they'll learn over time, but just in general, then it's going to be really hard for them to make that decision to spend money with you doing something that doesn't feel like it leads directly to a sales transaction, like a coupon, you know? So anyway, make sure, be open, communicate with your clients, help spread the value of social media, help educate people. If you are a social media manager that is on social media and that's what your content is about, like you create content about social media to help educate people, please share this message that I'm giving you. Take what I'm giving you and you run with it and share so people everywhere can start to understand the value of it more and more. And that's going to help make the industry that we are in a better place. And it's going to help us all have more success as we help manage our clients' expectations and educate them on what they can get out of the experience of working with a social media manager. If you are interested in our social media manager program at Fun Love Media, please let's talk about it. Reach out. You're gonna email me, Britney, at funlovemedia.com. That's BRITNEY at funlovemedia.com. I will send you the digital packet full of information about the program and see what you think, and then we'll go from there and start the process. We are looking right now, and right now it's summer 2023. So currently we are not providing an education program to teach people how to use social media and become a social media manager in that way from scratch. We're actually looking for people with experience, and it doesn't mean experience as an official social media manager. I mean experience using and creating for social media. So even if you've just been doing it for yourself, or maybe you did some freelance stuff here and there, but you have experience and you know how to create content and how to use social media, that's who we're looking for. We're also looking for people that have a good fucking attitude and that are go-getters, that are ambitious, and that are willing to be team players and be a part of this really positive company culture that we've created at Fun Love Media. So email me, Britney at funlovemedia.com if you want that information. Please follow the show, follow the Social Sunshine Podcast. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We are on LinkedIn. We are on TikTok. We are all over the place. Go to socialsunshine.podcast.com. You can also find the show on YouTube if you haven't done that yet. Please go and follow the show and message us with your thoughts and your ideas. And if you have requests on topics, or if you have guest requests for a big, social media creator that you want to be on the show, please let me know. And we would love to help you out and connect with you in those ways. Thank you so much for listening to today's show. I wish you best of luck as a social media manager. I'll talk to you later.